Hi, how you doing? I thought it was only fitting to make a video. Uh, I wish I'd made more throughout this. Time constraints and things like that. I don't need to get into it. Everybody has time constraints. But I thought it was fitting for the 5 year question to kind of go back and reflect on where I was at 5 years ago. I'd just gotten out of the Air Force 5 years ago this month. I got medically discharged because I broke my back earlier in my career, and there was even one point to where I couldn't even walk. I was paralyzed from the waist down when it first happened. So as you can see in these pictures, I mean, I was through and through an airman. I deployed. I did whatever jobs I needed to do. I drove that big green truck you see there. Not to mention, if you're watching, every picture of the bald guy is me. So I thought it was fitting. I went on this journey because I wanted to be an actor. And I still consider myself an actor. You can read my resume and see that I have been in a good amount of stuff. Is it noteworthy or anything like that? Probably not. I've been on nationalized television show. I've been in quite a few movies that have won festivals. Movies that are, they're making money. And I totally liked the work I was doing. And still love the work I'm doing.
Not your story, a story.
If you kind of think about it, I kind of did her a favor. She would have spent the next 2, maybe 3 years in a nursing home dribbling outside her mouth.
What about you, Levinsky? You a weird guy too?
Must be okay.
Brothers-in-laws, cousins, real American type people.
Yeah. Do it in the heat mainly. During smog alerts, brush fire season, right around this time of year.
Normal with me is police riding up to your house, dragging your 12-year-old cousin out and tying him to a pole. Shoving a shotgun in his mouth so hard it busts his fucking teeth. That's what normal is to me. They fire off 2 shells into his head, blow his fucking head clean off. That's what normal is, huh? I ain't give a fuck about the police then, I don't give a fuck about the police now. So tomorrow when you show up with your fucking head blown off, it'll make no difference to me.
The only reason I ever started operating a camera was because I figured there's going to be times when people don't want to put me on camera. So what do I do then? So if that's the case, I might as well put myself on camera. So that was how I got to here, and I just graduated. I've got a Bachelor of Fine Arts in acting. I am just so ecstatic about that. And the crazy thing is that my degree should actually say a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Filmmaking. The reason I say that is because every class I took, if I was acting, if it was an acting class, we would have a studio set up, and there would be a teacher that was most likely a director in the real world. There's a real world cinematographer there, not just some guy with a handy cam. These are actual cameras. There's lighting guys that do this for a living. So what I would do is I would go and ask every single one of them, like, how are you doing this? What are you doing here? Cinematographer, how did you change the focus from this guy to that guy that quick? How'd you do that? The director, which my teacher this semester was David Burton Morris, who he was a judge at Sundance for like 6 years, and just a notable guy. So I know that he knows what he's talking about, and I would go and ask him, hey, how do you do this? What do you do here? And unbeknownst to me, a lot of times when I did this, I would suggest a shot of being like, this would be so cool, and I would get the footage back, or I would watch it later on and be like, hey, that was the shot I came up with. They're like, yeah, it was a good idea. Great, you got a great eye. So I started studying. I picked up a camera, and actually my wife bought me a camera for Christmas, and I started buying lights and watching YouTube videos and Film Riot. Film Riot is a huge one to subscribe to on YouTube. They don't pay me to say that. I wish they did. But man, just so much knowledge. So I just started progressing with that and practicing and every chance I got. And I got into a drone and GoPro cameras, and I was like, I could do so much with these guys. And I just started progressing. So what do I want to do with 5 years? I want someone to see my stuff. I don't care about the fame. I don't care about any kind of money. I want people to watch it and feel something. And that's what I want. And I'm gonna make movies every day. Just like you can see in this clip here, this next one coming up, me and another acting student literally had 5 minutes. And we had a whole set to play with. I found this cool hallway. I said, hey, come here. Just give me 5 minutes of your time. And she was on board. Awesome. And we made this. It's like a 20-second clip. And I added in a couple of sound effects. And boom, I've got a little clip. It's not a full movie, but it leaves you interested. I think it does. I want people to see what I create, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the camera. And that's really all I want. So, I guess the biggest things I can take away is one key that my teacher this semester told me, Mr. Morris. He said, learn all the rules and then break them all. And yeah, you can use that in whatever term you want. I probably won't break all the rules. I'll follow them. But I get what he's saying. And then on the acting side, I'll do what Michael Caine was quoted as saying. Steal from the best, make it your own, but steal from the best. So, wait till they get a load of me.